Hi dear viewers, welcome to Display Repair. In this video we're going to show you how to vent or bleed the coolant system on a Volkswagen Audi SAD Skoda car, but also this applies I think to almost any car out there that has a coolant bottle, also known as an expansion tank. So stay tuned. Display Repair. Now if you've done any work around the coolant system, so if you flush the coolant system, if you have changed a bad hose, perhaps if you've changed a radiator fan switch like I recently did, then you have to vent the system and get rid of air inside of the coolant system. If air is left inside the system, then you can get overheating. The radiator fan may not turn on, you may have weak cabin heating, there can be a bunch of serious problems. Okay, so when doing anything around the coolant system regarding flushing and letting out coolant, you have to vent the system and be sure that it's okay. With coolant tanks, it is very simple. All you have to do is open the coolant bottle, make sure that there is enough coolant in the system. Also make sure that the heating is turned on to full capacity and start the engine. That's it. And then you have to wait until the thermostat opens and there is flow through the whole system. During that time, you have to monitor the level of the coolant inside the bottle and monitor the temperature gauge so it doesn't overheat, God forbid. Okay, if there is a pocket of air left inside it, the engine can easily overheat. So you have to monitor all the time. The principle of how this works is that any air that's left inside the system, radiator, hoses, heater core, anything like that, the water pump will drive the coolant through the whole system. And this is why it's important to let the thermostat open, because then the circulation is complete and eventually that air will come here through this overflow hose, which comes from this main radiator hose, top radiator hose. The air will get outside of here and into the coolant bottle and it will go outside. Dear viewers, also know this, and I want to tell you this so you don't get frightened. When you're venting the system, this is at least from my experience, the coolant flow will, as I mentioned, come from this overflow hose. Air will come through there and evaporate into the air. But also, and this goes especially if you've flushed the complete system, so for instance if you're changing the coolant or something like that, there will be probably, when the thermostat opens, the coolant level will rise and then there will be a small gush of coolant coming out of the system, okay, especially if you rev the engine. This is trapped air getting out of the system and escaping through the coolant bottle. You'll see this later in the video what happens. It's not supposed to be a big gaze here of coolant, of course. It's just a couple of bigger bubbles and a bit of a coolant spill. Just want you to know that before you start so you don't get worried. So essentially, when there is complete circulation, the system will vent itself, the air will come out of here and go outside. What I've seen people do lots of times, they take this clamp off, remove this hose and connect another hose to a water bowl or to a plastic bowl or something like that and bleed the system out that way. Well, all that I can say from my personal experience is that there is no need to do that, because essentially that coolant, instead of going through a hose and into a water bowl, goes back into the coolant bottle. The air escapes here and essentially it's the same thing. Either you have a separate water bowl or the coolant bottle, it's the same thing. We'll start the engine and you'll see what happens. So dear viewers, we've turned on the engine and now we have to wait, nothing else, until the thermostat opens. Again, during this time, monitor the level of coolant and monitor the temperature gauge, okay? It should not go over the middle. When it reaches the middle, then the radiator fan should kick in, the thermostat should open and it should stay in the middle. If it goes over, and especially if you notice that it has a steep climb towards the middle and over the middle, you have to turn off the engine and then you have some sort of problem. When you see that the engine is heating up a bit, rev it a couple of times. This will help get the air out and it will speed up the process. Do it here and there a couple of times. When air is trapped inside of the system, when you start the car, the coolant level may go a bit up. If you remember, the level was up to maximum, it goes a bit up. This is the air pressing the coolant inside the system and trying to get out. Instead of it going through the overflow hose, there will be a big bubble coming out of the coolant bottle and a bit of a coolant spill, okay? Nothing drastic. This happens. If it does, I think even better, despite the mess, you know that the air is completely out of the system. The air is slowly coming out of the system through the coolant bottle. There's a slight flow of coolant through here, if you can see this. See the air bubbles? That is air getting out of the system. Now the coolant level has risen up even more. As you can see, air is getting out of the system via the overflow hose. There's still air in the system. And there you can see the air coming out. See those bubbles? And there it is. The air is out. And when you see this, that means that the air is 100% out of the system. Coolant gauge is dead center. The level of coolant is going down. And now we're waiting for the fan to start up. As you can see, the flow of coolant from this hose is now more regular. It's more constant. There's no interruption. Now we're waiting for the ventilator to kick in. Of course, when doing this, always be careful of hot coolant. Just keep a safe distance. And there it is. The radiator fan has kicked in. If you have the time, wait for it to turn off. And that's it. Dear viewers, if you've done this, you have entered the system. What you'll also notice is, once more, that the level of coolant slowly goes down. I like to keep the engine running for a couple of more minutes. Once you've done this, turn off the engine, return the cap on the coolant bottle, and you can take the car for a test drive. I would always advise to take the car for a spin just in case. If you want to check for leaks, check that the temperature is okay and everything else. So I especially do this if you're going on a road trip or something like that, so you're sure that if something, God forbid, happens, that you're near your house, near a mechanic or somewhere like that, so you can do something about it. Now this is after half an hour since the engine hasn't been running since it's turned off, and as you can see, the coolant level is a bit under minimum. Now we're gonna add some. We'll just add a bit more, not much. Don't overfill, that's the main thing, so there's not too much pressure in the system. And there we have it, between minimum and maximum. Once you're done, close the cap. On these Volkswagen Skoda cars, the cap clicks into place, so you know that everything is okay. After a couple of days, make a rain check on the coolant bottle. If needed, add more, and that's it. So viewers, that's it for this time. Hope this video helps. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for the channel. See you in the next one.